Shan's in.
Launch game.
And Nick's in. All right.
Yay.
The gang's all here.
What's up?
Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
Okay.
We love casting spells.
Did you guys
Straight
hear
up
me?
casting it.
We're all up
For
and
real.
running.
Who up casting spells right now?
It's me.
He's up pondering the orb.
Okay,
I went
so-
ahead and did it. I made my arcane focus an orb.
Yeah. Or is pondering an orb.
All the time, dude.
Okay, so Luke, you got your stream up?
Yep, stream is up and running.
Stream is up and rolling. All right, everybody ready to get started?
Maybe.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, well, no pressure on me. Here we go. So,
I mean,
welcome
you
to
can't screw up. Sorry.
Watch Me. So, to get started here, let me just say welcome to Acquisitions Incorporated. If you don't know anything about this, essentially the idea of this campaign is bringing everybody's favorite corporate hell into the magical world of D&D, where we get to ask ourselves the question, did we bring magic to the office, or did we bring the office to magic? And that's kind of what we're going to be doing here today. A long time ago, this company, Acquisitions Incorporated, scattered some flyers to the wind, looking for some new candidates, some young, fresh blood to really spice up how the company works. And these flyers went all over Faerun, but most notably, were decided on 4 people. So what I'm going to have you all do here is I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and I'm going to go in order of how I got your resumes. So,
Are you sending the resumes in the...
not yet. We'll get to that.
Okay.
I'll let you know when that's going to happen. So, first
Are
up,
we going to be able to see? I couldn't hear what Luke just asked, so this might be the same exact question. But are we going to be able to see everyone's resumes?
yeah, you'll be able to see everybody's resumes past a certain point, and you'll see what's going on.
And
So-
Hold on. I'm gonna. Luke, can you talk for a second?
test 1 2 3.
Okay.
Test.
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks.
Okay,
My
so we
superpower
first
website.
begin today's journey with a nice little fellow by the name of Korfel Argos.
Oh.
So, Korfel, you want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now, where you are?
Of course. I am wandering the sewers of Waterdeep. I am looking for the top 7 places to buy rat skewers. I need this list for future purposes.
Oh, that sounds just downright diabolical. Where's your number 1 pick right now?
Right now, the number 1 place to get rat skewers is the Incompetent Dwarf.
The Incompetent Dwarf. Okay, well, I'll have to add that to my list of places to go. So, just a quick question: how did you come across the flyer for Acquisitions Incorporated? What made you want to say yes?
Now, I've been looking for a job for a minute, and I've been needing a big opportunity. This opportunity has not come previously, but I think this just might be the one. I've worked as a professional mourner, I've worked as a parchment runner, and I've even been lost at sea. It doesn't quite pay the bills.
Well, save those skills for the resume or the interview, buddy. You have to send us a resume. Well, I'm glad to hear where you're at. Let's go ahead and ask in our second person here. Got a man by the name of Dick Ryder.
Yeah, that's me.
From Waterdeep. So Dick, what are you up to?
Well, I'm just haggling the patrons of Waterdeep, the greatest magical city in all the realms. I'm getting more money and building upon my wealth, you see. Now these here patrons, they're about to stumble upon some of the greatest magical doodads you've ever seen in your entire life.
I see. Now tell me, how did you come across the flyer for Acquisitions Incorporated?
Well, you see, I come from the long line of the Ryders. I'm sure you've heard of them. Very famous, very wealthy, you know. And, well, I decided it's my time to make my name in the family. And so, what better way to get your foot in the door than to find a potential business relation, such as Acquisitions Incorporated.
Well, that sounds pretty profitable to me. Glad to hear you're on board. We'll be
I'd
looking
agree.
forward to your resume, buddy.
Thank you, thank you.
Excellent. Well, moving on down the line in this timeline of events, next up we have Sekar. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am bringing balance to this mortal plane as the hand of Anubis.
I see, I see. And where exactly would you happen to be bringing balance to at the moment? What would you be up to?
This mortal plane.
Excellent answer. That really tells us. It really tells us a lot about where your head's at, and that's exactly what we wanted. So, how'd you find the flyer?
It is only fair that I do my share of work. So I looked for a job.
Absolutely admirable. I'm glad to hear that our flyers for Acquisitions Incorporated made it all the way out onto the mortal plane. That is fantastic news. This recruiting agency we hired must have been doing the Lord's work here. And finally, our number 4 here is a little grown by the name of Boris. Boris, where are you at? What are you up to?
Boris is currently in the small tradeway of Shobar.
I see. And what's Boris up to? What's his activity?
Boris is doing poison research.
Poison research. Well, that's interesting.
I'm making my way up the trade routes, small towns, small villages here and there.
Here and there. Well, I've been here and there before. Wonderful place this time of year. Where'd you find this flyer?
It hit me smack dab in the face as I exited the pub on Friday night.
I see. Wow. Talk about in-your-face advertising.
Seriously.
Oh, excellent. Well, glad to hear what everybody's up to. So, you all have sent in a wonderful resume, every single one of you, and Acquisitions Incorporated has taken interest. We've received your resumes, reviewed your skills, experiences, everything like that. And as you guys are going about all of your standard activities, various places, I'm sure, all of a sudden, a small ball of light appears in front of each of you. This is all happening at the same time. And a mysterious voice will come out of this ball of light saying, I'm sorry, my thing is not working. Give me a second.
You're chilling.
It's time for your interview.
Now what in the hells is this?
Say, what's going on here? This ain't no crab magic.
Great googly moogly.
So after this mysterious voice goes ahead and booms this, the ball will then expand into a very phosphorescent, shimmering door before all of you guys. Looks about the size for a person to go through. What'd you all like to do?
First I'm gonna berate it.
Okay.
I'm haggling here. Don't you know you're interrupting good business? And I'm gonna try and shoo him away and reach in, try and wave it away, but trip over some rock and stumble into the portal. Oh!
Excellent. How about you, Boris? How are you gonna go about this?
I guess it's that time. I'm gonna take 2 steps back. I'll wiggle my hips, and I'm gonna do a massive leap through the boar. I'm gonna go, yeah!
Well, there you go. Sekar, how about you? You seem pretty stoic.
I will say nothing, and then I will react. I will react by doing nothing, and then I will walk forward slowly with very powerful steps.
Well, very powerful steps is quite descriptive. And then bringing that along, Mr. Argos,
I'm
how do you
gonna
deal with
say
the door?
I'm gonna say to my little crab familiar, I'm like, Hermes, you check that out. You're a lot braver than I am. And he's gonna go forward, and then he's like, oh, what am I waiting for? I'm gonna go too, and just go right in behind him.
Excellent. So, you all go through this door, and are you all on roll 20, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So this door is going to reveal a very nice little waiting room.
Ooh.
Each
We
of you
have
emerge
rock
from one of
here.
these doors. The room's about 120 foot by 120 foot, and it's in kind of a dome shape. And as you look out the windows, you start to notice you might not be above water. There's a whole lot of shimmering. You see some various life flitting through. And then in the center of the room, you see this nice circular little waiting area. And as you're looking around, you start to see each of the other interviewees here stumbling through the doors. So what I'm going to have you all do is give a quick description of your character. I don't need like a book or anything, but just, roughly what you look like. And I have pictures from all that you all very graciously provided me that I'll drop in chat. But if there's anything you want that is not with the pictures, go ahead and add that. So let's start. Again, we'll start in order of how I got your resumes here. Let's start with Argos.
All right. You
And I
see
just dropped a picture of everyone in chat. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. For me, you see a skinny, older-looking half-elf with dried out-looking skin. He's wearing some colorful robes with, but very practical-looking. Looks like it doesn't hinder his movements at all. He's got an orb in one hand and a book in the other, and he's following a small little crab that just looks completely ordinary.
And yes, following the crab through the portal, I'm assuming.
Oh yes.
All right, well, next up, we're going to do Mr. Dick Ryder. I'm sorry,
Yes,
Dick
sir.
Ryder Jr.
Thank you.
I
So,
hate this snake.
my character is, he's overweight, so he's got like a beer gut and he's kind of got like a muffin top, but he wears a very nice pinstripe suit, and he's got like a smug look on his face all the time, and he's got balding gray hair, like the pinnacle of male pattern baldness, and I kind of got my hands in my pockets as I get back up onto my feet, and I spot those. I'm laser focused on that food and drink on the table.
Nah, excellent. Let's see. Sekar, you want to give a description of yourself?
My character is basically like that picture, but instead of like the head's a little bit different. Just picture it is like hooded, and you can't really see the face because there's just kind of like shadows, and also just more like a human, not really like that. But the fit is drippy, so that's that picture. And my character will stand there, hands behind his back, like at attention, just waiting silently.
I dig it. All right. And then Boris, you want to describe yourself?
Well, Boris has just leaped through the portal, so he kind of crashes into the ground. But as he stands back up, you guys see a small 3-foot red frog with a quite a magnificent red beard. He's got red and black woven cloak with some gold inlays, and he carries a wooden quarterstaff with a ruby-like gem in the top of it.
Ah, excellent descriptions, everybody. I appreciate that. That gives me a pretty good idea of who I'm working with here. So, as you guys enter this room, like I said, you notice it's about 120 foot by 120 foot. It's a dome shape. And as I mentioned, kind of might look like you're underwater. You have no idea where this is. But you do know there are 4 separate doors in the wall, kind of like you see in the picture. And each of them, surprise, surprise, has one of your characters. So,
Like coming out of it, or has already?
correct.
Okay.
Yep, you're coming out of the portal, and the portal's closed behind you as you step or stumble through. In the case of Mr. Ryder here. So, yeah, as you all enter the room, you see all that, and then in addition to that, opposite of where you find these doors, you see it almost looks like a divot in the ground. It's about a 10-foot radius circle. I'm sorry, 10-foot diameter circle. And you see a large column in the center of it heading up somewhere. Not entirely sure where. So, what'd you guys like to do?
I'll dust my suit off and start walking over to the center area to grab a cushy seat and investigate this drink that's on the table.
Ah, good idea. Well, as actually you're investigating this drink, you hear a hissing sound. And this is coming from, again, opposite the doors, kind of like by that little disc area. A small door that's very, very cleverly concealed in the wall opens, and a small figure shambles out. And I'm going to drop a picture in the chat real quick so you don't have to rely on me inanely describing this thing. There you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Carries beer?
It's a beer bot.
And
He got
give me a minute.
it's a
because
beer bot.
I have to get back into character here. Alright, should work. So, oh shit. You know, I realized this is going to be more difficult than I thought. So this robot kind of shambles over to where you are, Dick, and he comes over and he says to you, "Please wait here. Greg Gold will be with you shortly. Please help yourself to my juices." And as he says that, you notice that he's got like a little tap on the bottom.
oh no!
Pissing into my cup.
Yeah, he climbs on the table, squats down, and fills the cup up with a amber liquid.
Oh no! This dude needs to hydrate.
And then the robot
Yeah.
stares at you, very, very blank stare, and just watches.
Well, thank you, little Bella. Am I supposed to drink this here liquid?
I am Kegbot. Enjoy my juices.
I'm gonna look over to. I'm gonna look over with the most disgusted face ever.
Well, I've done some worse things at Chai Upsilon Mu. Bottoms up, boys. And I take a swig of his juices.
As you're drinking this actually is a pretty palatable light ale. It's pretty good. It's got undertones of apple. Almost tastes like had a little bit of a smoky texture to it. It's very nice.
I'm gonna like look around the room and like notice everyone else standing around and say, and like I'm a little bit like shooketh by like Shan. Your character's name was
Sekar.
Sekar. I'm a little shook by Sekar and Luke. What was your character's name again? I'm sorry.
Boris.
And Boris, because I've never really seen figures like them before, but I'm used to the odd people of Waterdeep, so I kind of like wave them over and say, the bot's juices are pretty good now.
Alright, do you all want to join him in the center?
I'll go to the center, but
Boris
I'm not gonna
just
have a drink
stares at him awkwardly, blinks left
going
eye, and then
to-
blinks right eye.
I'm gonna slowly walk to the center, look at the robot, look at Dick, and then start walking around the room slowly, like looking around at all points of entry and exit. And I'm not gonna say a single thing.
Let's see. Then let's see who we're missing here. I think everybody's around in the center, right? Anybody else want some of Kegbot's juices?
I'm gonna study it. I'm gonna think for a second and say, it can't be worse than that one place. I'll have some.
Enjoy my juice.
You don't gotta say it like that, Mr. Bot.
And Kegbot's gonna just tip himself over and pour a little bit more out into a cup, and then stare at you again.
And I'm gonna be really lazy and not grab it, but I'm gonna use Mage Hand to grab it and bring it over.
Ooh, an impressive display of power already. All right.
Boris is going to go ahead and take a leap from like back by where he was on the ground, straight up, not exactly land on the sofa, but like land on the backrest ridge. I guess I guess I'll have some. It couldn't be that bad, right?
Oh, it's once where you're jumping.
And,
Almost knocked over my juice.
Kegbot's gonna put
Oh,
a little bit more in a cup.
You'd know if I touched your juice, believe me. Boris then
What's that
blinks.
supposed to mean, little frog man?
Do you not know what I am?
No.
I am a grung. Do you not recognize my froggish demeanor? Have you never
Yeah,
seen?
I recognize it as a frog.
I'm surprised with a crustacean companion like yours. I thought you'd be associated with the amphibious folk here.
Hey now. The island that I was on for a minute, it only had crabs. That's all I knew for 47 years.
I'm sure your friend was terrified of your only food source, but I'm glad he pushed through it.
Now. I wasn't eating no crabs. They were all my friends.
Dear God,
Is that so?
That's a lifetime. I'm only 3 years old.
You know, they say
Been out there
crabs are
for
the
a
final
while.
form, so
I'm gonna spit out my drink at Boris, saying that he's only 3. It's like, you're a child!
I'm only a child.
You may not partake. And Kegbot is going to grab the cup and like try to take it from Boris.
Hey, what? Hey, get off it! Let me out!
For the record, Kegbot's not very strong, so you're going to be able to keep your cup. But Kegbot is going to give you like the stink eye this whole time.
I am an adult grung.
now, Korfel, where you see a child, I see opportunity. Children have a lot of energy,
sir.
and they can
You said
generate
what?
lots of profit.
He is 3.
I'm gonna turn the other way, look at Sekar, and says, "Can you believe these guys?"
This is the kind of mindset you have to have going into a big company.
Boris
I can
proceeds
believe
to
in corporate
then
greed and
down the
stuff.
entire cup he was handed.
Now, I don't want to hear more about that corporate greed and corporate scum. It's more like corporate wealth and corporate friends. Am I right?
I may be 3, but I don't think this guy knows what he's talking about.
You
have you
are
know.
imbalanced.
I've studied the House of Wonders. I graduated as a businessman. I know what I'm talking about.
Where's the House of Wonders?
In Waterdeep, this very here city.
Well, how? We call ourselves Mr. PhD in here.
I prefer MD.
I'm gonna look at him like, what do you, what?
It stands for Master Dick.
I'm gonna turn to Hermes, my familiar. I'm like, do you believe this guy? I don't. You don't. I don't. You don't. I don't either.
By the
And
way,
I'm
my
gonna
name's
look back at
Dick
him.
Ryder.
I'm gonna look
Pleasure
at
to
them. Well, pleasure to meet you too. Call me Korfel Argos, or Korfel for short.
All right, as you guys are kind of mingling and getting to know each other, you're gonna suddenly hear a like mechanical hissing sound. This is coming from over in that little disc-shaped area with the central pillar. And what you're going to witness is the single slowest descent of an elevator you have ever witnessed in your life. So this pillar in the center was actually a piston supporting essentially a raised platform. It's going to start to slowly descend, and I'm talking like it takes a solid like 3 minutes to reach the bottom. It's dramatic as hell.
I'm gonna look at it as if it was the most entertaining thing ever.
And I appreciate that. So on this, on top of this platform that's being lowered is a very ornate looking desk. It's like a nice mahogany and what looks like gold but may not be gold filigree. And then there's a bunch of like different books and like papers, a few bits and bobs here and there. And then behind this sits a goblin. I'm going to drop a picture of my goblin here in the chat. Hopefully everybody can see him.
Oh yeah, dude.
I think you should work at Gringotts.
He does.
Well, this guy's gonna descend, and then also behind this is basically a flat. It almost looks like a poster board type thing. But it's very nice. It's kind of mirrored. But this elevator's gonna descend, and this goblin's gonna be just hard at work, like writing something in a scroll. And eventually, this elevator is gonna reach the bottom after like a long enough time that you think he's purposely ignoring you.
Excuse me.
And he's gonna look up and be like, "Well, I take it you are our interviews for today."
Yeah,
I'd assume that's what we were told.
That would be correct.
Yeah, I'll be right with you. Kegbot, you were supposed to tell me when they arrived. And Kegbot's gonna look back at him and be like, "They wanted the Jews." And this goblin's gonna look up and be like, I'm sorry, we've been trying to get him fixed, but the wizard, he didn't give us any indication of when that'd be. He said, 2 weeks. It's been a whole fiasco. Anyway, my name is Grinkgold, and I am a representative of Deepwater Collective Recruiting Agency. We're responsible for the flyers I'm assuming you guys found. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Gosh, hit me square in the face.
Excellent. Well, as I mentioned, my name is Grinkgold Knobscopper, and I'll be conducting the interviews for today. Now, let's see here. Who's first in my list? He's going to rifle through some papers to make sure he gets the correct resume first here. And he's going to pull out a resume. He's going to go, oh, I see. Korfel Argos, who might that be?
Aha, that's me. That's me. I won the lottery, guys. Wish me luck.
Guess who won the lottery? I did. And Gringold is gonna kind of review, kind of squint at the piece of paper. It just occurred to me I never started the activity, so we're just gonna go without it. And he's gonna squint at the piece of paper, look back at you, and just be like, "All right, so you're Korfel Argos, I'll take it. Well, why don't you come up over to the desk here and we'll get started."
All right. That I'll do, and I'll walk up.
All right, there's I should have mentioned there's a chair in front of the desk too. That you can sit in. And as you go up there, and I'm assuming you probably try to sit down, Gringold is going to push a concealed button underneath the desk, which is going to start the elevator going up slowly again. But
Odds that elevator moves slower than a grung slathered in molasses on the summer solstice in Anarok.
Hey, I take offense to that.
Hey, keep your peace
My
here. Yeah,
apologies.
it's the same wizard behind Cakebot. We can't get him to answer the phone. So, don't ask what phone is. So the elevator's gonna go up slowly, and then about like not even an eighth of the way up, it just jams. Like it just completely stops working.
Nice.
So Gringold's gonna get out of his chair and be like, "Oh, I swear to it, nine hells." He's gonna jump up and down and try to get it to move, and like just kind of smack it a couple times. He's gonna be like,
I'll join him and acting like it's a party. I'm like, let's go! And so just jumping up and down.
"Hey, easy. We don't want this thing falling over. It probably won't, but you never know." And he's gonna be like, "All right. So originally the plan was I was going to do these interviews privately, but as long as you guys promise not to share what you see, you can do it like this.
You got my
Yeah.
word, fella.
All
I
right.
never break my promises. Yes,
I'm gonna look
I will
at-
keep your secrets.
Well, since the elevator's broken, I don't think we could get back up top anyway. So, yes.
I'll look at Hermes and like, hey, no secrets. Keep it quiet. Like, let's go.
He's talking to the crab.
So what Green Gold is going to do is he's going to take this resume that Korfel has given him, and he's going to walk over to this little like side table that's behind his desk, and he's going to say something under his breath, and then put the piece of paper on top of this magical table. And what's going to happen is the resume is reflected on that back, like poster board looking thing. So
Okay.
everybody now can see Korfel's resume.
Oh, like a projector. Okay.
Like a projector, yeah. So I'm going to drop resumes in the chat here as we go. So I do my best to keep everything like organized here. Might take me a sec.
Hey, 44, that's me.
All right, so in the chat should
Whoa.
be the resume of Korfel Argos, tastefully done, might I add.
Got some neat font.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I dig it. So Green Gold's gonna waddle back over to his chair and kind of like haul himself up because he's super short, and put a pair of bespoke spectacles on and look at him and go, "So Korfel Argos, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where exactly do you come from?"
I come from Neverwinter. I was born and raised Neverwinter with my father and my mother.
Everwinter. Oh, usually some fine goblins act that way.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta make my way out there someday. So, now reading your resume here, what exactly does crab magic entail?
Now, crab magic, I think I've unlocked the secrets to the crab magic that I found when I was lost at sea. See, the crab magic, and I'm gonna get down in this low squat, is this magic that specializes and excels at defense and defense and also defense.
Oh,
And
shit.
then,
Okay.
and check this out. And then I'm gonna quickly cast Mage Hand but make it look like a crab claw instead. And like, see, crab magic is all about he stops to think. Sorry, my mind, it escapes me. But anyways, crab magic is all about mastering what the crabs have already mastered.
Oh, I see. How exactly does this differ from snail magic?
I'm gonna scratch my head and say, there's no thing as snail magic.
I've heard of snail magic.
I ain't never heard no snail magic.
All right. I guess that's unimportant. So it says here that you are fluent in Elvish, Gnomish, and Dwarvish. Is that correct? And trade speak.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Wow,
Picked up a few languages on my travels.
that's quite a impressive resume here, Mr. Argos. Now, I've got another question for you. What shoe size are you?
I'm gonna go, Hermes, what shoe size am I? And I'm gonna look back at him and say, just a second, sir. And look back at the crab and say, oh, right. He says I'm shoe size 10.
Shoe size 10. Well, that means I can trust you. I appreciate that. I met a few blokes that were secretly a bunch of hamsters in a costume, and they didn't have shoes, obviously. So when you ask that question, you rule that out right quick.
Oh.
So now, final question here for you, Mr. Argos. If you were to encounter a dusty old wizard's tome that was just chock full of spells, what would you do with it?
In what type of circumstance?
Let's just say you found it on the street.
On the street.
Yeah.
I think I have to flip through it, but ultimately I don't think I'd use it, because nothing beats the crab magic.
Nothing beats a crab magic. So, would you keep it? What do you
Eh,
think?
I might keep it for a day or two, but really,
Just enough to study it, I take it.
yeah,
Ah,
I don't need it forever.
I appreciate that. That's an honest bloke here. Well, I think I've got what I need from you, Mr. Argos. I appreciate your time, and yeah, we'll consider you with our other candidates.
All right.
And
I don't know where this southern accent's coming from, but I'm going with it for now.
you gotta do what it tells you to do. And so, Greek Gold is gonna try to get the elevator to descend, but nothing's happening, so he's just gonna like gesture for you to get off of the platform.
Okay. What's that? All right. Hermes, let's get out of here. Think our job's done,
Yeah,
and I'll take my seat.
excellent. All right. So, Greek Gold is gonna go back over to the table, take off the resume, and then the next one he's gonna put on is one for one Mr. Dick Ryder.
Yeah, that's me right here.
I
And
didn't say your name.
Officially, it's Richard Ryder Jr., but you can shorten it to Dick.
I don't think I will. Mr. Richard, could you please get up onto the platform?
Yeah, I'll do my best. And he kind of like musters himself and attempts to climb onto the platform, but he's like really fat and is struggling. And I like look behind me and I'm like, say, could I use some of that crab magic you're talking about? And maybe Sekar, you look like a strong fella. Could you give me a boost, please? I'll make it
I
worth
will-
your while.
Dancing, very oddly, and then that crab claw mage hand appears. Just,
I need no
lift
payment
that
for
man upward.
Yeah,
And I
yeah. Oh, watch your hand placement. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I like get pushed up onto it. Thank
It
you
is a crab
kindly.
magic.
And I toss them each a gold coin.
I hope you ask for those gold coins back later, just to keep, just to keep up your persona. Okay, so Green Gold's
I'm
gonna
gonna give
put
my
your
gold
resume.
coin to the crab.
And he's gonna hold it.
I
in
have
one
no
claw.
need for these physical means.
Whatever you say, fella.
I'm gonna just be dancing in the back with Hermes with a gold coin.
Doing the look I found a treasure dance.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right, so Green Gold's gonna put your resume on. It's in the chat, so you might have to open that up in Discord. But so we should have Mr.
Is
Dick
it?
Ryder here.
I don't see it yet.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it didn't. It didn't post. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So Green Gold's gonna put your resume on the table, hop back into his chair, adjust his spectacles, and go. So, Mr. Richard Ryder Jr., right?
That's right.
Say, are you in fact related to the Water Deep Riders?
That's correct. I come from the long line of wealthy businessmen and women.
Oh, yeah. I've heard your family's directly opposed to them gobblers, eh?
Oh no, don't be throwing mud on my family's name. We work with anyone.
Must just be hearsay. So, looking at your resume here, I see you were part of the STI project.
That's correct. Strategic Timing Initiative.
Yeah, so what exactly was your role within that project?
So, the STI project was it was to manage simulated business projects here at the House of Wonders. And you see, I led a small group of colleagues, and we conducted mock business. And through that mock business, I profited and gained wealth. And
So
less
how-
importantly, Now hold on just 1 second, mister. I'm almost done. Um, less importantly, I divided work amongst the individuals.
Oh, shit. So how small was this team?
It was a, I would probably say it was an average team, maybe even above average. Maybe like 3 or 4.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm gonna say in
And,
my really, really like deep voice. That's huge.
Thank you, Mr. Seker. I appreciate your honesty.
That's just a private interview. Stay out.
Apologies.
It's all right. Now, back to my questions here. So, what exactly, looking at your resume, does a butt chug entail?
Well, whenever I was at the house life, Chi Upsilon Mu.
Oh, that's CUM, correct?
Yeah, that's right, that one. So yearly we held a competition for an alcohol enema, aka a butt chug, and I used some ale, not too different from that their robots ale, but mixed it with some olive oil, and you see I got the fastest butt chug at Chi Epsilon or Ypsilon Mu.
I see. That's certainly impressive, I think.
It is. It gained me lots of fame and popularity, something very important in the business world. It's all about those connections you make,
Of course, and I'm sure with a family such as yours, I know of the great Dick Ryder Sr.
Yeah,
He's a very influential man here in Waterdeep.
he was.
Now, what exactly would you say is your greatest management accomplishment?
I'd say running Dick's Dynamic Doodads. I am the CEO of it, as the name entails. So, that's right. And I'll tell you what, even though it only ran for less than a year, I made lots of money. I closed the business on purpose. That's right, on purpose. And you're probably asking yourself, now why in the 9 hells would you close a successful business?
That's
And
true.
let me tell you, son, it's called strategy. Another very important thing in the business world. That's what my father told me.
I see. Well, that's very impressive of you, especially for the role you're asking for here. Now, I've got one very last important question. And
Not an important answer.
Gringold is gonna lean in like uncomfortably close and just in like a super quiet tone just go, "Do you know Dave?" And just stare at you.
I'm gonna like stare intently back, but like occasionally break eye contact, and you're gonna see like beads of sweat start to appear on my forehead, and I'm gonna grip the arms of my chair and lean in and say, "Of course I know, Dave."
I see. Well, Mr. Ryder, I think that will be all for today's interview. We will contact you should your resume be a good fit.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna extend my hand for a handshake.
Yeah, and he's gonna give you a handshake back, and his hand is like super like limp and clammy.
Yeah, mine is extraordinarily sweaty.
He like dead fishes you with it too.
Now I'll tell you what, mister. If you work on that there handshake, you might get some more business.
Get out of my office.
They're like, could you lower the platform a little bit, please?
Have you not seen me trying to? No, I can't lower the platform.
All
get
right,
off.
all right. I would like start climbing down, like heaving. My button like shoots off of my pants. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's me in the eye. I'm like, my bad.
Oh, Korfel, I'm so sorry. And I'll like throw him another gold coin. Plenty of where that came from.
I'll hand it to Hermes. So he has 2 coins in his 2 different claws. He says, "We're cooking tonight, baby. We're gonna have the best rat skewer in all of Waterdeep."
Alright, so Gringold's gonna, same story, hop off his desk, run over to the little table and put on a new resume. Now, this one's a very interesting resume. This one is for, it's Sekar, correct?
Yes.
This one is from Sekar. And it's not a resume that you would typically think of. So go ahead and open that one up.
I would like to be.
And Gringold's gonna go back to his desk and call Sekar up and all right, Mr. Sekar, would you please join me in the office?
Yes. I'm gonna walk forward and like do like a really big jump and just land like perfectly on my side of where I'm supposed to be. And then I will take my seat.
Well, that was quite impressive.
As a frog folk. That was
So,
excellent execution.
Mr. Sekar, now would you be able to elaborate a bit on your resume here? It says you would like to be an accountant and that you would be excellent at this job. What is your rationale for submitting this?
I am qualified. I will find the balance.
Well, that's the definition of an accountant. Yes, very good. Why do you feel that you would be the best at this?
I am Sekar, Hand of Anubis.
That's answers so many questions I had. So follow up with that. Are you good at math?
I will always find the balance.
Well, that's more math than I know, truth be told. And let's see here. I have a few questions. So, are all or at least most of your limbs intact?
No comment.
Well, we'll probably have you do a physical, maybe. Just make sure that you're doing all right. We'll get to that bridge when we come to it.
At that moment, I'm gonna start like checking my limbs to make sure they're all right.
So, I guess the other question I've got for you: what kind of experience do you have in an occultant role?
I help find the balance for every soul going into the underworld. I am good at budgeting.
You're good at budgeting. Well, I tell you what, you and me ex-wife need to talk. She's not good at budgeting.
I will not
And
do that.
he's gonna look at you like with a super stupid grin on his face, like he's expecting you to laugh.
I will not be doing that.
Well, not every joke's a winner. I guess, what's your last name?
Hand of Anubis.
I see. Well, I guess thank you very much for your time, Mr. Hand of Anubis. He's gonna extend a hand for a handshake to you.
I'm just gonna walk off the table.
Boy, that means gumption.
I want to lean over to Boris and be like, I like this one. He's bold and brash.
And Gringold's gonna take the resume off the table and then finally put the last one he received here, which is for Mr. Boris. And I'll drop that in chat. And he's gonna say, alright, which one of you is Boris? I'm assuming it's the he's gonna take a couple seconds to just look at you and just be like, the frog man. If you just get in the office.
All right. We just come on down here. And I'm gonna take a big old leap off the platform and onto the chair. I do not sit in the chair, I just stand there because I am rather small. My head only comes up to just a little bit over the backrest.
Gringold's gonna kind of look over the table at you and just kind of like, crane his head around to try to get a good look and then just eventually give up. So Gringold gets out of his chair and just kind of like walks over and he's about like on par with your height.
Boris is going to playfully wave at him. Hello!
Nice to meet you. So, first question I gotta ask this is, what are you exactly?
I am a Grung, also known as Frog Folk.
A crow. Well, you're the first one I've had in me office.
Yeah, we don't venture out too often.
I'd imagine not. So, where exactly are you from, then, Mr. Boris?
It is. You know what the vast swamps are? North of Darlem.
I can use my imagination.
It's a little bit west.
I know that direction.
Yeah, far away from the coast.
Well, I appreciate you making the journey.
It's been fun. I needed to get out.
Oh, good for you. So, what made you interested exactly with working with Acquisitions Incorporated?
I'd been wandering for a while, trying to find my spot. And, I'd been running low on the funds, and I think a job would help with that.
Well, rumor has it, a job's a pretty surefire way to make some money. So, I think your rationale is definitely on brand.
Yeah, and I don't think I'll get as lucky as I did with the first batch of money I came across.
Well, what happened to the first batch of money?
I shook a guy's hand. It accidentally killed him. He turned out to be a thief, so I got the reward.
Gringold is gonna back up a couple steps while you're saying this.
Yeah, that's another thing about us Grung. Our skin is poison. So I will be foregoing any formal handshakes.
I see. Gringold's gonna quickly shuffle behind his desk and get like a ruler and just kind of extend that for a handshake.
All right.
We'll have to do it with Dick then.
Okay.
So,
As he shakes it, there is some red slime that oozes off him, and don't touch that either. You might want to have that cleaned.
right. All right. Very well. Kegbot, come here. And Kegbot is gonna spring to life from the table and shamble over, and Gringold's gonna hand him the ruler and just be like, all right, just go get ready somewhere. Don't touch the red end. To which Kegbot will reply, it is covered in juice. And then we'll go shuffle into his little door and then emerge without the ruler. But does anybody have dice on them actually?
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna make the first roll of the game. Go ahead and make me a perception check, all of you.
All of us? Okay. Perception.
I also want to shimmy away from where Boris was sitting on the couch because I did not know he was poisonous. Oh.
I got.
Perception check. Oh. You want me to put it in chat?
Where's
Yeah,
perception?
go ahead and drop it
Oh
in
my
chat. That'll
god,
work.
I am super perceptive. I got a 23.
Would you want it in chat or roll 20?
Roll 20, chat.
I got a 15.
I got 20.
Awesome. Well, you guys all passed. You need a 15 or better for this. You're gonna notice that there is a ruler drifting by outside the windows, just floating slowly towards the surface. So it kind of looks like Kegbot may have thrown the ruler out into the ocean.
That's okay. It's probably for the best.
So back to the interview here. So Mr. Boris, I gotta ask, as a goblin, I'm not personally able to grow any facial hair, but I'll get this little bit taped to me chin to simulate a beard. Is your beard real?
It is, and it is quite magnificent. In fact, it is one of a kind. I am the only grung to ever grow a beard.
Is that right?
Yes.
Now, how did that happen?
Well, not quite sure. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's why they kicked me out, and none of the golds would have me as their wizards.
I see. Oh, that's quite an unfortunate story.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly hope that you can find both a home and a little bit of dosh for your pocket at Acquisitions Incorporated, my friend.
Excellent.
And Gringold is gonna kind of motion for you to go ahead and leave the platform.
Boris is gonna go ahead and take an extremely exaggerated bow, and then leap, doing a backflip back to his position from the low-hanging elevator.
Nice. All right, so Gringold is going to go behind his desk, hop up in his chair, put on his glasses, and jot down a couple quick notes while everybody's kind of getting back together here. And all of a sudden, the elevator is just gonna like drop to the floor. Like rattling everything on the desk and just kind of jarring Gringold.
Good heavens.
This bloody thing. Alright, whatever. So, listen, I think you all did a great job interviewing today. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure that Acquisitions Incorporated is going to be just tickled pink with getting all of your resumes and all that. But in the meantime, we'll get back with you in about one, maybe 2 weeks for your actual interview if you're chosen with Acquisitions. In the meantime, I wish you all very well, and safe travels. And as he's saying this, the portal doors are gonna light back up. And he's gonna say, I certainly hope you remember which door you came through.
Oh no.
I'll
Yeah,
go through
I mean-
this one! And I just dive through the one furthest on the left.
I should have mentioned it is a one-way. I'm sure our wizard can sort it out. But in the meantime, you all are dismissed. I'll be sure to reach out to you if you're selected.
I'm gonna perfectly walk through the door that I went in the first time with no problem.
As I'm walking away, I'm gonna look at Korfel and say, "Now, them three gold pieces I gave you, I'd recommend reading the fine text on them. Have a good rest of your day." And I'm just gonna walk through the portal that I think was mine. I don't know. Gonna walk through one someone hasn't walked through.
Do you trip again?
Yeah, because I'm trying to get away from Korfel.
Oh, wait a minute. Come back. I got some questions. And I start reading the coins.
It says, you have been lent 1 gold piece by Dick Ryder. There is a 10 gold piece. I just forgot the name of it.
Interest rate.
Interest rate for every month that you don't lend it back.
As I'm reading this, I'm gonna run as fast as I can to the portal that he's going into, and then I presume I'm gonna hit the wall instead.
Yeah.
Wait a minute!
Gringold's gonna look up for the commotions back. I said get out!
I'm gonna bounce off the wall. I'm like, Hermes, you better hold on to these. We gotta return them fast. I'll walk through the last door.
So, what's funny is actually both of you guys are both in Waterdeep. So, there could be like a 2-week-long chase session where Dick's just hiding from him. But yeah, as everybody goes through their portals, Kegbot actually springs into action one last time. Everybody's passed through their portals, so it's too late. But he's gonna run forward and just be like, "You forgot the tip for the juice." And Kegbot's gonna hop up on the table and like turn around. And there's actually like an abacus on the back that lets you select a tip option.
He like peeks through his hands.
Yeah. But it's obviously too late. No one saw it. And then Gringold's gonna look up and just be like, "Oh God, get this thing fixed." And then we'll just go back to writing a couple notes. And that is gonna do it for session 0, everybody.
Hell yeah.
I said it was gonna be short, sweet, to the point. Just wanted to get some character introductions and kind of set the tone here.
Hell yeah, it was awesome. I had a
That
lot of
was
fun.
fun.
Yeah, I'm
Glad
glad
to
you
meet
enjoyed it.
everyone.
Yeah, I look forward to playing.
Same.
Yeah, so actual action is going to start next session we do. I'm assuming we're playing Nick's campaign next.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so about 2 weeks, as I said in the interview, is when you'll be contacted here. And at that point, we'll actually be doing stuff from the book and not just whatever I came up with in like 3 hours, like today was. So,
I don't
Hell yeah.
know. That was really good, Jake.
Yeah,
it
it was.
I appreciate it. I try to keep. Well, you guys did most of the work. I try to keep it like centered on you guys doing some character building and just kind of riff off that. So excellent work to all of you guys.
Thank you.
So, any questions?
Nah.
I don't think so.
Awesome. That's what I like to hear. So, well, like I said, short, sweet, to the point. We are done and done.
Hell
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah. I guess I can give you a couple notes going forward before I sign off here. So, like I said, 2 weeks, the action will actually begin. There's going to be, this is a very, like, downtime and interaction based campaign. So, if you liked how today went with, like, having to kind of riff off things and keep your character going, that's going to be a lot of what happens in this campaign. And then in addition to that, I'll maybe try to use this voice mod thing a couple times. I don't know. I'll see if it works okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I was also discussing with Nick and Joey about this. I had an idea, and I want to see if you guys are all cool with this. This is kind of a homebrewed thing that I'm working on. But since we are playing an all-wizard party, this is about the squishiest party you could possibly have ever. So you guys could die of like 1d4 hurt feelings if you're not careful. So I had an idea in case of a total party knockout. And essentially what this is going to be is a contract that you sign. And if the entire party's wiped, what's going to happen, and again, this is if you're okay with this, is the company will give you a lender body. So essentially what this is it's a randomly rolled level 1 character that you have to play with for a little while the company's busy fixing your old body.
I like that.
I like it.
Is it only?
So like it's
Only
Okay.
in case of a TPK. It's not like,
yes.
hey, your character just happened to go down.
Yeah, if
Okay.
I'm willing to say that if your character like perma dies too, we can do this. But if you're just like knocked, don't worry about it.
Okay.
This is like a last resort type of thing. But it'll be a random, pretty much just completely randomized character. So it'll be random class, random race, random everything. But you do get to retain the personality of your old character during this, so you don't have to like switch, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
Okay. I figured that would be kind of a fun way to keep continuity.
Yeah, I'm down.
I like it.
Okay,
Yeah,
if it
me
ends up being like heinous, then we could just scrap it. But this was an idea I had actually at work a while back that would be kind of fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
So.
cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. That about does my announcements here. So, if that is everything, you guys are hereby dismissed.
Hooray!
Hooray.
Catch y'all later.
Okay.
I'll
Goodbye.
catch you on the flip.
Yo, Jake.
Bye.
What's up?
I'm wondering.
All right, everybody. So that was session 0 here. And we will be back with more of that. This will be the other campaign that we're switching back and forth with now that the Lost Mine of Phandelver is complete. So, welcome to Acquisitions Incorporated. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.
I'm farming this metal, then I'm gonna have a little scout for them. I need one big if you find it.
On the boat. It's on the boat. Yes.
Help! Help! Help!
He drops this fish.
It's flopping around.
Alan's just gonna pull out his pistol and fucking shoot the fish.
I'm not gonna have you roll or anything. You just watch Ellen pull out this fucking hand cannon and just pop it right in the face.
Revolver, just blam. Stop flopping around. We don't want it getting back into the water.
The fish is now motionless.
That will feed some of the crew. And he goes to fish for some more. See if he can get something bigger.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Rowan, what are you doing?
I wipe the fish gut out of my face
Okay.
and helps Alan fish.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Mr. Alphamar, it is. Okay, give me a nature or survival check, whichever one's better for you.
Oh,
Oh fuck.
Perfect.
Alan,
I think between the two of us, yeah.
we're gonna do something fun here. Alan, you got
Okay, let's go.
another huge fish on the line. You've noticed that you've gone to deeper waters now. Okay. You've got another, probably like, it's not fighting as hard as the one that you just caught, but it is fighting pretty hard, so it's probably like, 8 pound, 7-8 pound. But you watch as Rowan actually hooks a fucking shark.
Yeah.